best of friends in 1980s. Amiable partners in mid-90s. Bickering allies in the late 2000s. And strange bedfellows after 2014. This is how the Shiv Sena BJP liaison has evolved over the decades.
काय घोटाळा झाला असेल का पण इकडे नाले सफाई बद्दल बोंबलताना तुमच्या तिकडे जे नमामि गंगे म्हणून जे काय तुम्ही खोटाण केलं होतं हजारो कोटी रुपये त्याच्यामध्ये घातले पण त्या लवादाने सांगितलं की एवढे पैसे टाकल्यानंतर गंगेचा एक थेंब सुद्धा हा शुद्ध झालेला नाहीये एक थेंब सुद्धा स्वच्छ झालेला नाहीये कुठे गेला हा पैसा
आणि लोकांना वेगवेगळ्या धमक्या दिल्या जातात की मला आमची मैत्री पाहिली पण वाघाचा पंजा नाही पाहिला आता वाघाचा पंजा आम्हाला काय दाखवतो वाघाचा पंजा दाखवायचं काँग्रेस राष्ट्रवादीला दाखवत नाही घाबरली आम्ही थोडी घाबरणार अरे वाघाच्या कपड्यावर घालून हात मोजी लोकांना जात ही आमची
आता याच्या पुढे भविष्यामध्ये शिवसेना एकटी महाराष्ट्रावरती भगवा फडकवेल.
पॉलिटिक्स में इट्स अ गेम ऑफ कंपल्शन, लिमिटेशंस एंड कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस. नो परमानेंट फ्रेंड्स, नो परमानेंट एनिमीज.
While ideology is what binds the parties in a coalition, the BJP-Shiv Sena relationship is a rather peculiar one.
To describe Shiv Sena BJP relationship in one line, I would say that there is a saying in Marathi which says "Tuja maja zamena, tuja wachun karmena," which literally means in English that we don't get along, we have issues, but still we can't live without each other.
Ahead of the Lok Sabha as well as the Maharashtra Assembly polls in 2019, the knives are out. The rift between the two parties is widening, and the tussle between the two seems to have reached a point of no return.
शिवसेना के बारे में बोले आती है तो साथ में हमको उसको जिताएंगे, अगर नहीं आती है तो उसी के साथ सभी पार्टियों को जो है ना उखाड़ के फेंक देंगे और अपनी सत्ता कायम करेंगे बोल के बताया हमको.
With the BJP having lost 3 states in the Hindi heartland, the Sena too is becoming more aggressive.
आप राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हो, आपके मुंह में ये भाषा अगर शोभा देती है तो उससे आपके पार्टी का चरित्र जो क्या है वो सामने आया है कि आप किस तरह से चुनाव जीतना चाहते हैं. 50 से ज़्यादा साल से हम सब लोग राजनीति में हैं. ये हमारी पार्टी सबसे पुरानी पार्टी है. ये सबको अटक पटक कर हम यहाँ तक पहुँच गए हैं. हमारा इतिहास आप देख सकते हो, सबको पटका कर हम बैठे हैं. तो आप आइए, ठीक है, अगर आप चैलेंज है हमारे लिए किसी का तो हम भी मैदान में है, लेकिन हम इस प्रकार की भाषा नहीं करेंगे. हमने कहा कि 2019 में हम हमारा जलवा, हमारी ताकत दिखाएंगे.
ये आप लोग जो हमारे संजय राउत जी छाप देते हैं ना, उसके ऊपर अपना मत बनाते हैं. हम तो यहाँ पढ़ते नहीं वो सारी चीजें सामना वामना में. आप लोग वो पढ़ के समझ जाते हैं कि बस कुछ हो रहा है यहाँ पर. कुछ नहीं है जी, अच्छे से सरकार चल रही है, हम लोग ठीक से काम करेंगे. और ये छोटी मोटी बातें आप अभी देखिए, परसों उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने भाषण किया. पूरा भाषण तो हिंदुत्व के ऊपर था. अब हिंदुत्व के आधार पर चलने वाली देश में पार्टियां कितनी है? हमारे सिवा कौन है? किसके साथ जा पाएंगे? हमारे साथ ही आना है. और अगर थोड़ी सी भी राजनीति जो राजनीतिज्ञ समझते हैं वो सब ये जानते हैं कि इन दोनों पार्टियों को साथ में चुनाव लड़ना पड़ेगा. और इसलिए मैं ये मानता हूँ, मीडिया में क्या आता है, कौन क्या लिखता है, ये छोड़ दीजिए. बीजेपी और शिवसेना साथ में चुनाव लड़ेगी.
महाराष्ट्रामध्ये फक्त शिवसेना आणि शिवसेना आणि शिवसेना, बाकी कोणत्याही पक्षाला इथे कसलाही थारा नाही.
It was on 19th of June 1966 that Bal Thackeray's organization came into being. And it was Bal Thackeray's father, Keshav Thackere, who christened the newly formed entity as the Shiv Sena. Bal Thackere projected the Shiv Sena as the organization that would fight for the rights and interests of the Marathi people. And over the years, with the Marathi Manus on top of his agenda, Bal Thackeray's influence kept growing in Mumbai. Wherever he went and whenever he spoke, there were huge crowds that gathered to just greet him.
जनहितासाठी म्हणून जे राबवावं लागेल ते मी राबवणार.
In 1975, while most political parties were against the emergency imposed by Indira Gandhi, Bal Thackeray publicly declared his support for it and went on to support the Congress in the 1977 elections. In 1980, BJP, as it is known in Maharashtra, was formed, and the Sena BJP alliance's first major electoral foray together was in 1984.
So from 1978 to 1984, it was a rough patch for Shiv Sena. In 1984, they came back in reckoning because of Vasantdada Patil, the then Chief Minister. He said that Mumbai is in Maharashtra, but Maharashtra is not in Mumbai. That was the sentence on which Balasaheb Thackeray cashed in next election. After that, Hindutva came. So this alliance was there. The alliance was very strong. There were personal bickerings and you can say ego clashes. But the final person was Balasaheb Thackeray. Pramod Mahajan had accepted that my supreme leader in Maharashtra is Bal Thackeray. Even Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani knew this and they respected Thackeray.
After a 4-year break, in 1989, the BJP-SHIV Sena alliance took shape, largely due to the efforts of the then BJP General Secretary Pramod Mahajan.
He is the architect of this particular alliance because he's the one who actually first time thought that if the BJP has to go beyond its political base, that is, BJP used to be called Shetji Bhatji Paksha, means the party of the Brahmins and traders. So it wanted to go beyond that. Shiv Sena, which had a limited presence only in the cities, specifically in Mumbai and the region around, places like Aurangabad and some district places, it wanted to go pan Maharashtra. So 1989 was the first time when Shiv Sena started growing beyond the borders of the cities of Mumbai, Thane, Aurangabad, Nasik, these important cities across Maharashtra. So that's how the BJP and Shiv Sena helped each other. Secondly, there was a clarity in the alliance that for Lok Sabha, the BJP will get more seats because the BJP's aim was to come to power in Delhi. Whereas for the assemblies, the BJP had already accepted that the Shiv Sena is the bigger partner. So that's why the Shiv Sena will get a larger chunk.
2 years later, they made history by bagging 92 seats together in the Maharashtra Assembly polls. But not long after the victory, the two parted ways during the 1991 municipal polls after differences over seat sharing crept in. This proved a big blow for both the parties as the Sena lost its hold over the BMC to the Congress. The BJP slowly realized the need to expand its base from being a party of just traders and Brahmins, and it was the Shiv Sena that would help them do that in Maharashtra. The events of the early 1990s, the Bombay bomb blasts and the riots that followed, and the incumbent government's perceived mishandling of the riots played an instrumental role in propelling the Saffron Alliance to power in 1995. The alliance formed its first government in Maharashtra with the help of some Congress rebels who switched sides. Manohar Joshi of the Shiv Sena was the coalition's first chief minister in Maharashtra, while the late Gopinath Munde of the BJP became deputy chief minister.
Shiv Sena got the chief ministership because not only because of the understanding within the alliance, but also because Shiv Sena got more number of seats than that of BJP. But then Shiv Sena actually for the first time realized that the BJP, when it comes to thinking of power, it thinks of the party first rather than the alliance. It's a very clever alliance partner which they have got. That's what Shiv Sena started realizing. It realized when the portfolio distribution happened, because till then Shiv Sena had never ruled the state. Shiv Sena had never come to power except ruling the Bombay Municipal Corporation or the smaller corporations like Nasik or Aurangabad. Shiv Sena had never come to power in Maharashtra. So this is for the first time it was ruling the state. It looked like from the portfolio distribution that it did not have an idea that how the portfolios are important and which portfolios are more important. And that's how all the cream portfolios like the home, the finance were taken away from Shiv Sena. The revenue were taken away from Shiv Sena and the BJP had those portfolios. So literally the chief minister was from Shiv Sena, whereas the actual performance of the government depended on how the BJP ministers will perform. And that is for the first time Shiv Sena realized that they have been fooled by the BJP leaders.
When the BJP-led NDA came to power at the centre in 1998, the Shiv Sena got 3 ministries in the government. In the scheme of politics in Delhi, Bal Thackeray became the biggest leader of the alliance and the roles were clearly defined. The BJP got a bigger share of seats from Maharashtra in the Lok Sabha and Shiv Sena got a bigger share in the assembly. However, by the turn of the century, Shiv Sena had lost power in Maharashtra. In 1999, the Shiv Sena BJP alliance lost Maharashtra to the Congress NCP combined. While the alliance lost all elections post 1999 in Maharashtra and at the centre, it never broke down as Shiv Sena always played a bigger role within the state and Bal Thackeray's was the last word on any matter. In the third BJP-led NDA government of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when the speaker GMC Balayogi died in a helicopter crash, the Prime Minister himself moved the motion seeking the election of Manohar Joshi as the new speaker. Home Minister L.K. Advani seconded it and the Lok Sabha accepted it unanimously. So on 10th of May 2002, for the first and only time till now, a Shiv Sena MP became the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Meanwhile, questions of succession within the Sena began to crop up. Bal Thackeray was still strong, but then there were others around him who were coming of age and had political aspirations. And for the Sena to be able to maintain the political background it had gained in its 40 years of existence, a new leader had to be appointed during Thackeray's lifetime. The choice had to be between Uddhav Thackeray, the son, and Raj Thackeray, the nephew. Both his son and nephew had their groups of supporters within the party that once stood undivided. And to choose between the two contenders was a tricky and risky business. Bal Thackeray shared quite a few interests with his nephew Raj Thackeray, right from their dressing sense to their love of cartoons, the firebrand speeches and similar style of oratory. They had a lot in common. According to many, with his political ambitions, charisma, experience, a natural affinity for politics, and an uncanny resemblance to his uncle, Raj Thackeray seemed the natural successor. But Bal Thackeray decided to anoint his son Uddhav as the party's executive president in 2004.
Uddhav Thackeray, I believe, was pushed into it initially. It wasn't as if he was someone naturally inclined into politics, but Uddhav Thackeray's wife, some say, is extremely ambitious for him. Some say that Bal Thackeray at the end of the day trusted his son perhaps more than he did his nephew and decided that the family legacy needed to be kept within the family house in Matoshri.
Raj seemed far from pleased with Uddhav's elevation. He started taking a back seat in party affairs. At times, Raj openly shared his views on how he was sidelined in the party's functioning. Sulking, Raj eventually opted to go his own way and resigned from the Shiv Sena in 2006. And much to the ire of the Shiv Sena, the BJP on several occasions tended to flirt with Raj Thackeray-led Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, which put up a spectacular debut performance in 2009. The MNS severely dented the BJP-Shiv Sena alliance's prospects and was blamed for dividing the Marathi vote.
Shiv Sena always thought that Modi, if come to power, will overpower Shiv Sena's area of influence and authority. It was, you know, it was kind of a futuristic view of the Shiv Sena leadership since then, and that's why they were always opposed to, you know, elevating Narendra Modi to the level of the prime ministerial candidate, and that's why they were looking out for the softer options. So obviously, Sushma Swaraj for them was a softer option. Sushma Swaraj had quite a good relations with the Shiv Sena leadership, and they thought that this is the only way this alliance can survive.
Things started changing after Bal Thackeray's death, as Uddhav wasn't given the importance in the BJP-Shiv Sena alliance that his father once commanded.
After Pramod Mahajan and now after Balasaheb Thackeray's demise, Uddhav Thackere and BJP leaders' equation is not good. There was a ego clash and difference of opinion between Uddhav Thackere and Nitin Gadkari, who is senior most leader of BJP in Maharashtra.
The first real fissures started appearing after the BJP's landslide victory at the centre in 2014, when Shiv Sena was given only one post in the Modi cabinet. The 2014 Maharashtra Assembly elections saw Shiv Sena fight the polls independently. The BJP emerged as the single largest party, while the Shiv Sena sat as the main opposition party for a month before somewhat reluctantly partnering up with the BJP in the government.
I think Uddhav Thackeray's politics vis-a-vis the BJP is a double game. At one level, there is an element of Noora Kushti, wherein, you know, there is a bit of shadow boxing, because the Shiv Sena also knows that it needs to be in power in Maharashtra and also have a place on the high table in Delhi, which they cannot have at the moment without being in some kind of alliance with the BJP and Mr. Modi. At the same time, I believe that the Shiv Sena still can't get over the fact that it is not necessarily the party number one of the Hindutva alliance in Maharashtra. So from time to time, Uddhav Thackere feels the necessity to assert his independence, to in a sense try and get the kind of position he hopes that his father once had in the alliance, that he too will have. So he's playing a game of putting pressure on the BJP on one hand, but at the same time knows there's a Lakshman Rekha beyond which he cannot go, because without the BJP, the Shiv Sena would not have been in power either in Mumbai, nor would they have ministers in Delhi.
This is when the role reversal actually happened.
In 2014, during Lok Sabha and Assembly election, Maharashtrian voter given their mandate to BJP. Now, this was a test for BJP, particularly Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackere. Last 25 years, Shiv Sena is ruling BMC. They are in alliance with BJP. They are dominant partner. Shiv Sena is dominant partner. But now, BJP has become dominant partner after 2014 Lok Sabha election. So this was a threat for Shiv Sena leadership.
Gradually, the party leaders resorted to criticizing decisions of the Modi government.
केंद्र में आपने वादा किया था कि मेजॉरिटी आएगी तो अच्छे दिन आएंगे, क्या हो गया उसका?
जो भी कतार में खड़े रहकर जो भी बेचारे मर गए, तो उनको क्या करेंगे आप?
किसान हमसे ये सवाल पूछ रहा है कि हमें ऋण मुक्ति कब मिलेगी?
The stakes were high when on 21st of February 2017, Mumbai voted on the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation or the BMC elections. The battle was equally about who will rule the milch cow, the richest municipal corporation of India, the BMC, as well as the political future of Uddhav Thackere-led Shiv Sena. The BMC polls, often dubbed as a mini assembly elections in Maharashtra, often point to where the real power rests. And in 2017, the results approved a referendum on Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis of the BJP rather than the Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray. Both sides had engaged in a no-holds-barred, ferocious campaign. In Mumbai, the Shiv Sena managed to marginally increase their vote share, but the BJP almost doubled theirs. Despite being in coalition at the state and centre, the BJP and the Shiv Sena fought the civic polls separately for the first time in over 2 decades.
केंद्र में हमारी सरकार, राज्य में भी हमारी सरकार, आवश्यकता नहीं है.
I think two things have happened. One is the Shiv Sena can no longer claim that it is the sole inheritor of the Hindutva legacy. The rise of the BJP across India and more specifically in Maharashtra and now increasingly in Mumbai means that the title that Bal Thackeray believed was his, Hindu Hriday Samrat, is no longer a monopoly. So the Shiv Sena has lost in a way its monopoly over the Hindutva tag, and therefore there is that element of competition that it has with the BJP. Also, Uddhav Thackeray at the end of the day is not Bal Thackeray. Bal Thackeray was the founder. He had the charisma, he had the respect of his cadres, and he had the fear factor. I don't think Uddhav evokes either fear. I don't think Uddhav has the same kind of charisma or the respect that his father commanded. With the result that other leaders, particularly in the BJP, are not willing to give Uddhav Thackeray the same space and recognition that they would give a Bal Thackeray. And I think that is at the core of the BJP Shiv Sena drifting apart.
Till today, non-Marathi voters don't trust Shiv Sena and its leadership. That is why BJP has entered the scene. You see, there is a tussle between Shiv Sena not for Marathi votes. Shiv Sena will get majority of Marathi votes and BJP will get majority of non-Marathi votes.
Despite being a part of Maharashtra's ruling coalition with the BJP for over 4 years, when 2018 ended and the new year began, Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray has been very critical of the Devendra Fadnavis government in the state and the Modi government at the centre. The very plank of Hindutva on which the Sena and the BJP conquered has become a thorn in the relationship, with Uddhav mincing no words in attacking the BJP over the Ram Mandir issue.
और आज तो मैं सिर्फ सोए हुए कुंभकर्ण को जगाने आया हूँ. मंदिर बनाने के लिए हिम्मत लगती है. कहा जाता है कि सीने में दम होना चाहिए. बिल्कुल सीना कितना बड़ा सीना है उसका कोई मतलब नहीं होता है. सीने में दिल होना चाहिए, हृदय होना चाहिए और वो हृदय भी मर्द का होना चाहिए. हिम्मती अय्यप्पा.
Basically, these are two different parties. They may say that Hindutva is our agenda, but culturally they are very different. There are differences. This entire alliance is a political alliance, and it will be interesting to see how they go ahead.
They will definitely come together whenever both the parties will be in the weaker position. They will need each other. As soon as either of the party becomes powerful, like in today's scenario, the BJP is powerful, and if the BJP gets an indication that on its own they can come to power, they don't need Shiv Sena, they will dump off Shiv Sena. And on the other hand, till the time Shiv Sena doesn't realize that or gathers the strength that on their own they can come to power, till that time they will be with BJP. The moment they realize that now they have spread enough, they have enough strength across the state that they can come to power on their own, they will not look behind, and they will take a second to dump BJP and contest elections. So till then, both the parties will have to come together if they want to keep coming to power, and that's what it looks like at this point of time.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.